Hello everyone and welcome to the Jack Vision channel. In this video we will be looking at the 21 best players in the league, 21 and under. This video will only contain players that have played in the NHL already, so no McKenna or Stenberg on the list yet. You'll also notice there are no goaltenders on this list and not many defenders, but goaltenders and defensemen typically take longer to develop, so there won't be many on this list, especially towards the top end. This list is considering how good these players will be next year, not at their peak or considering potential. So, based on their career so far, who will be the 21 best players 21 and under next season? And without further ado, let's get into the countdown with number 21. Coming in at number 21 is the Calgary Flames' Zane Parekh. Parekh is 20 years old and was drafted 9th overall by the Calgary Flames in the 2024 entry draft. Unfortunately, Parekh has struggled to find his footing in the NHL. He played great in the World Juniors for Canada earlier this year and ended up playing 37 total games for the Flames, where he had 4 goals and 5 assists for 9 points. With the confidence that Parekh has and the skill he has, I expected him to be higher on this list by this point in his career, but he just hasn't seemed to figure it out yet. He made that comment during the World Juniors that got him in hot water with his team, and maybe there's just some discipline issues. Nothing that can't be fixed with growing up and maturing, though. I mean, he's only 20 years old. Coming in at number 20 is the Chicago Blackhawks' Artem Levshunov. Levshunov is a right-handed defenseman who is currently 20 years old. He was the second overall pick in the 2024 entry draft and has had his ups and downs in his career so far. In the 2024-2025 season, he had an 18-game trial run where he had 6 points, and in the 2025-2026 season, he played 68 games where he put up 2 goals and 22 assists. In this time, Levshunov was thrown into top-line minutes for the Blackhawks. With the Blackhawks being as inexperienced as they are, Levshunov did struggle, but he showed some great flashes during the season. When confident, he was able to jump into the play offensively and really contribute. He's 6'2" and has a big frame, he just kind of needs to grow into it. Number 19 is the New York Rangers' Gabe Perreault. Perreault is 21 years old and was drafted 23rd overall in the 2023 entry draft, but time is ticking. In 2024-2025, he played 5 games with the Rangers and did not record a point. But last season, he started with the Hartford Wolfpack in the AHL, where he had 17 points in 20 games, and when coming into the NHL, he had an assist in his first game and even a hat trick on April 4th. Perreault is already 21 years old with only 51 games in the NHL so far. The Rangers have definitely expected more from him in the last few years, but he has struggled to break into the NHL until last season. But he played pretty well overall, with the Rangers supposedly rebuilding. Hopefully, he will have a more prominent role on the team going forward. Number 18 is the San Jose Sharks' Michael Misa. After being drafted 2nd overall in the 2025 entry draft, Misa has bounced his way around the Sharks, Barracuda, World Juniors, and Injured Reserve. He is currently 19 years old, and in the NHL, he played 45 games, had 9 goals and 12 assists for 21 points. So with a full season, he would have had around 40 points. At the time of the draft, people were considering Misa being the first overall pick, but his first year was just decent. I think finding him a solidified permanent spot in the lineup would really help him next season, maybe even just permanently moving him to the wing so he can play with Smith or Celebrini. And number 17 is the Pittsburgh Penguins' Ben Kindle. Ben Kindle is 19 years old and was the 11th pick in the 2025 NHL entry draft. And despite being the 11th pick overall, he played more games than picks 2 through 10 combined. Kindle does not have the same upside as guys like Misa and Perreault even, but he has the work ethic and found his way into the Penguins lineup for 77 games this season. He had 17 goals and 18 assists for 35 points in his rookie year. Kindle is a super hard worker, and I feel like he didn't get the recognition he deserves for last season. He'll probably end up being a solid second line center for the Penguins in the future, but right now he is on the 21 and under. Number 16 is the Vancouver Canucks' Zeev Buium. Buium is 20 years old, was drafted in the 2024 entry draft, and is coming off of his rookie season. Unfortunately for Buium, he is currently most well known for being part of the return for Quinn Hughes. And after being traded to the Canucks, he did struggle. In his first 31 games for the Wild, he had 14 points in 31 games, but only had 12 points in 45 games for the Canucks. Just like Levshunov, Buium is a young defenseman who still has more growing to do. He is a good partner with Filip Hronek, but is still trying to find his footing in Canada. If you're enjoying this video so far, please Scott Stevens smash the subscribe button so this channel can get off the floor and on the board. Thank you all so much for your support so far. At number 15, we have the Washington Capitals' Ryan Leonard. Leonard was drafted 8th overall in the 2023 NHL entry draft and is currently 21 years old, and it honestly looked kind of tough for him last season. He played 9 games with the Capitals and only had 1 goal in those 9 games. But this year, he played 75 games and had 20 goals, 25 assists for 45 points. Honestly, I was scared from last year. We know that he has the potential, but he didn't look great. But luckily, he came to work this year, having a solid 20 goals in his rookie season. Especially with the additions that the Capitals made for next year, Leonard has the potential to be a huge part of this playoff push for them next season, especially since they traded away another one of their young players in McMichael. Leonard is now one of the primary young guys on this team. At number 14 is San Jose Sharks' Igor Chernyshov. Chernyshov was drafted 33rd overall in the 2024 entry draft. Last season, he played 28 games where he had 9 goals, 10 assists, and 19 points overall. With a full season, he would have had around 30 goals and 60 points, which would have been very, very good. He has the benefit of playing with guys like Will Smith and Macklin Celebrini when he jumped into the lineup. He was really good with the Barracuda in the AHL at the beginning of the year, and he finished the season super strong with the Sharks. Speaking of playoffs, we have Zach Benson of the Buffalo Sabres at number 13. Benson is 21 years old and was drafted 13th overall by the Sabres in the 2023 NHL Draft. This was actually Benson's third full-time season in the NHL, and he just keeps getting better every year. And with the Sabres having such a great year, Benson did as well. In the regular season, Benson had 43 points in the 65 games that he played. Benson has struggled to have an 82-game season so far in his career, but last season he was such a difference maker for the team, especially in the playoffs. In the playoffs, he had 5 goals and 4 assists for 9 points in 13 games. Benson was not only contributing statistically, but also physically and mentally. He's listed at 5'10 on here, but I don't even know if I believe that. Benson is just an absolute rat out there, and I mean that in the most loving way possible. He skates around, causes trouble, and gets in the other team's head. Benson is poised to have a great career, and it might be hard to see how he is contributing on the actual stat sheet. He will become such an important piece of the Sabres for years to come. At number 12, we have the Philadelphia Flyers' Matvei Michkov. Michkov is 21 years old and was drafted 7th overall by the Flyers in the 2023 entry draft. I feel bad for Michkov's placement, honestly. He had a really good rookie season with 63 points in 80 games. This year with Rick Tocchet as the head coach of the Flyers, things just didn't really gel. Tocchet said he came into camp out of shape, Tocchet benched him, and it just didn't seem like Tocchet was a huge fan of him. So this season he had 20 goals and 31 assists for 51 points. If this list was made last year, Michkov would definitely be higher on this list, but he struggled under a tougher system with Tocchet. I think either way it was a good learning year for him, and he will hopefully be better for it in the long run. At number 11, we have the Anaheim Ducks' Beckett Seneca. Seneca is 20 years old and was drafted 3rd overall in the 2024 entry draft. Seneca just had his rookie year where he played a full 82 games, had 23 goals and 37 assists for 60 points. Seneca was a huge part of the Ducks' push to making the playoffs for the first time in a while, and being under Quenneville was a great start for his career, and I feel like it will be very beneficial for his career going forward. The Ducks took a chance on him 3rd overall, and it's really paying off so far. He ended up being 3rd in Calder voting for a great rookie season. He is sure to be a great first-line right wing on the Ducks in the near future. At number 10, we have the Chicago Blackhawks' Anton Frondell. Frondell is 19 years old and was drafted 3rd overall in the 2025 NHL entry draft. Frondell played in Sweden for most of the year and then joined the Blackhawks for 12 games at the end of the season, where he had 3 goals, 6 assists for 9 points in 12 games. Frondell immediately formed chemistry with Ilya Mikheyev and Tyler Bertuzzi, leading to his 9 points. His line mates were not as good as a lot of these other players, yet he was still able to produce those 9 points in 12 games. But he was on a near point-a-game pace when he played last season, and I would not be surprised if that continues next season. At number 9, we have the Philadelphia Flyers' Porter Martone. Martone has not even had his rookie season, yet he already looks like a beast. He was compared to Corey Perry when he was drafted in 2025, and I think that is the perfect comparison. An extremely skilled forward who knows how to get under the other team's skin. He is 19 years old and was drafted 6th overall in the 2025 draft, and he already seems like a steal. Martone captained the Canadian World Juniors team and was a huge part of the Flyers' push to the end of the season to make the playoffs, having 4 goals and 6 assists in 9 games, along with having a great run in the actual playoffs, scoring 2 game-winning goals in the first round against the Flyers' rivals, the Penguins. He slowed down at the end of that series and against the Hurricanes, but he showed that he has the clutch gene early on. And I honestly think he has the potential to have a career like Corey Perry's, who I think will be a Hall of Famer. Let me know in the comments below. He has a cup, a heart, and a Rocket Richard. Either way, I think Martone genuinely has the potential to be that good, and he's going to kill it this upcoming season for the Flyers. And with his stats adjusted for a whole season, he would have had almost 90 points and over 30 goals. He's a star in the making and a perfect fit for Philadelphia. At number 8, we have another Russian left-handed right winger, the Montreal Canadiens' Ivan Demidov. Demidov is 20 years old and coming off of his rookie season after being drafted by the Montreal Canadiens at 5th overall in the 2024 entry draft. Last year, Demidov had a brief appearance for the Canadiens during the regular season with a goal and an assist in 2 games. This season, he played a full 82 games and had 19 goals and 43 assists for 62 points. He was immediately a huge part of the Montreal Canadiens this season. He's good at both ends of the ice and super creative overall. He was not able to shine in the playoffs like expected, but the playoffs are tough, especially for younger players. He is on a super reasonable long-term deal with the Canadiens and will be a huge part of this young core for years, and he was second in Calder voting. At number 7, we have the Washington Capitals' Cole Hudson. Hudson is another player that joined his team late last season, but he made a huge impact. Hudson is 20 years old and was drafted 43rd overall in the 2024 entry draft. As a defenseman, Cole Hudson had 3 goals and 7 assists for 10 points in 14 games. And this kid might be just as good, if not better, than his brother Lane. And that's honestly scary. If we were basing his next season off of his production so far, he can have a near 60-point season, but I'm sure he's training and getting even better during the offseason. He's in a weird spot on the team with Chychrun being a left-handed offensive defenseman as well. With all the moves that the Capitals made and this monster hopefully playing 82 games next season, and Thompson in net, the Capitals can be so scary. He can kill McKenna's Calder chances just like his brother did to Celebrini. At number 6, we have the Columbus Blue Jackets' Adam Fantilli. Fantilli is 21 years old and was drafted 3rd overall in the 2023 NHL entry draft. Fantilli just finished his 3rd season in the NHL and at this point is still unsigned. With Bedard getting $15 million, he could be getting paid in the range of $12 to $14 million. Fantilli's point totals get better every season, with him most recently having 24 goals and 35 assists for 59 points in 82 games. It was his second 82-game season in a row, so a solid, reliable, healthy first-line center of the future. Well, he was already their first-line center, but he was more growing into the position than anything else. With Boone Jenner leaving too, he has a chance to become a real leader on this team and pick up some more of that center slack, and I hope that he does. At 5th, we have the San Jose Sharks' Will Smith. Smith is 21 years old and was drafted 4th overall in the 2023 NHL entry draft. Smith has played 2 seasons so far, and after a good first season, he exploded this past season. After having 45 points in 74 games his first year, he had 59 points in 69 games in this past season, a 14-point increase in 5 less games. Such a great improvement, and I believe that he will continue that momentum next year. With Smith manning the second line and another guy that we'll talk about later manning the first, the Sharks are really set up for the future. I wouldn't be surprised if he was over a point a game next season. At number 4, we have the New York Islanders' Matthew Schaefer. Schaefer was drafted 1st overall in the 2025 NHL entry draft. Schaefer had an absolutely amazing rookie season. He played all 82 games, had 23 goals, 36 assists, and 59 points as a defenseman. He scores, he passes, he works his ass off on defense, and he's just an absolute beauty. Anyone who doubted picking him 1st overall has already been silenced with how amazing he was this year, and he's still only 18 years old. The sky is really the limit for Schaefer. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up being the youngest captain of all time with the Islanders. He loves Long Island already, and is already on the upper echelon of defensemen in the league. At number 3, we have Leo Carlsson, the $18 million man. He is 21 years old and was drafted 2nd overall in the 2023 NHL entry draft. The now highest paid player in the league is a stud on both ends of the ice and is a lot richer now too. Carlsson is similar to Smith in that he improved in points last year in even less games. In the 2024-2025 season, Carlsson played 76 games and had 45 points. And this year, he had 29 goals and 38 assists for 67 assists in 70 games. 22 more points in 6 less games. That's such a huge improvement, and he is getting so much better. For Ducks fans, I'm sure that you're hoping for him to live up to the value of the contract, or at least get close, and I don't know if he'll be able to meet it exactly, but Anaheim has one hell of a player either way. At number 2, we have the freshly 21 Connor Bedard. Bedard was the 1st overall pick in the 2023 entry draft. Last season, he played 69 games, had 30 goals and 45 assists for 75 points. Connor was on pace with number 1 on this list at the beginning of the season, but after a shoulder injury that forced him to miss a considerable amount of time, he was not the same. Bedard is still so extremely talented. He has one of the best shots in the league, like he can take a wrist shot in a phone booth. He is already a leader on the ice for this Hawks team. He, like many others on this list, had a huge jump as well. In his second year, he had 23 goals and 67 points in 82 games. This year, he had 7 more goals and 1 more assist in 13 less games. For his injury, he was on pace for at least 100 points, and hopefully he can get back to that production after he recovers from shoulder surgery. And for the moment you've all been waiting for, I mean, you all know who it is. Number one is Macklin Celebrini. Celebrini was drafted first overall by the San Jose Sharks in the 2024 NHL entry draft. After a tough first season that saw Celebrini miss 12 games due to injury, he had a nuclear explosion this season. I mentioned a couple players exploding, but those are like firecrackers compared to how much Celebrini's production increased. In his first season, he had 25 goals and 38 assists for 63 points, but this season he had 45 goals and 70 assists for 115 points. A super satisfying looking stat line, but also so ridiculous as well. I mean, just a monster of a second season. Super similar career trajectory to McDavid so far, losing out on the Calder year one and exploding year two. The only thing Macklin was missing this year was the Hart Trophy, the Art Ross, and the Lindsay. But we won't hold him to those expectations. Amazing, amazing season, and my number one for 21 under 21. And that is the Jack Vision 21, 21 and under. Comment your thoughts below, like if you enjoyed, and subscribe for more.